evening, everybody. It's finally time for another episode of Thrifty Business with Jay and Nay. I'm your one host, Vegas Jay.
I'm Philly Nay. Hi, everybody. It's good to be back.
Yes, and we're back to our home studios, and it feels like we've been gone forever. Ever. It's crazy.
Does.
All right, why don't you introduce our guest? I got to fix something real quick.
Okay. So this is our guest, Nia Caraballo. I hope I pronounced your name right. There, your last name.
It's fine.
Okay. So anyway, Nia is from the Chicago area. She lives in the suburbs of Chicago, and we just met her a couple weeks ago when we were out there. She attended our thrifting class, and she also was a first-time attendee of the Ecom Chicago event. So she's going to give us a little information about that and tell us a little more about herself. So we're really happy to have Nia here tonight.
Thank you for having me.
All right, cool. We'll see you in about half an hour. Yeah. All right. Hey, Nay, are you watching the feed? Are you watching it on YouTube?
Yes.
Is it working?
Yes.
Okay, because it won't work on my YouTube feed for some weird reason. All right, cool.
Yeah, I see it. So.
All right. As long as everyone else sees it, I don't need to see it. That's cool. Just making sure. Making sure.
If I see any pertinent questions or comments, I will.
No, I can see the chat. I just can't see. It won't play the YouTube show. So that's some weird
you can't see the actual feed. Okay. Yeah. No, I see it. I see it. Mm-hmm.
All right. Cool. Just making sure. I want to. Yeah. I hate to do a show and no one else can see it.
Yes.
All right. So here we go. Let's get to it, ladies and gentlemen. Time for Jay's Tiki Talk. Each week I drink a different rum and talk about a different tiki mug. And tonight's a extra special tiki mug because it came from one of our former guests. Helen Midler from Australia thrifted this tiki mug from the Luau. It was a tiki bar in Australia, but it had just closed.
Wow.
So your tip for this mug is if you find Luau stuff, or that's Luwoow, it is now out of business. So it'll only become more collectible.
Oh, how nice. That was so nice of Helen.
Yes, thank you, Helen, and it made it wonderfully. And I wanted to drink this rum tonight because you and I have a mutual friend who drinks crappy rum, and so crappy coconut rum. So I wanted to drink some good coconut rum, and this is called Brindley Gold Shipwreck, and this is coconut rum. So it's not the most potent of rums, but you feel like you're at the beach. It's good stuff. If you drink Malibu as your coconut rum, it's not really rum, but it's allowed to be called rum for some BS reason. That is not good rum. All right. Now that we've done tiki time, it is time for... There we go. Time for Nay's breast cancer update and fact of the week. Man, I gotta get the rust off me. Haven't not doing a show in 2 weeks. I'm all rusty.
So I have a graphic that you're going to pull up there. So, and when we were at Ecom Chicago, we raised some money for the National Breast Cancer Foundation. I'd like to thank everybody who donated. And we actually raised almost $3,000. And it was actually probably a little bit more than that because I know some people did directly, they didn't use this link, they did directly just donate to the National Breast Cancer Foundation. So yay, it was great. It was just great to have that opportunity to raise money for them. So thank you for every donation counted. So thank you very much.
Yeah, you guys did awesome job.
And Mark and Robin and Rich and Nyla, thank you so much for giving us that opportunity to fundraise for the National Breast Cancer Foundation.
Cool. All right, now is time for... Oops. Dang, I'm so rusty. Here we go. Time for the scores of the week. So let me pull up our scores, and it's kind of been the scores of the last 2 weeks because Nay and I have been off, and we got some good stuff to share with you. So let's get right to it. All right, my first one was, sometimes you have to overlook the defect in an item. Oops. I don't want to do that. I want to do that. There we go. All right, so this was a sport coat custom tailored for a basketball star. And I always tell you to keep your eyes open for those in the thrift store. I just realized that my assistant did not take the best picture. There is exclusively tailored for Gilbert Arenas. Gilbert Arenas was a basketball player. He's not anymore, but he's in the news every day because I think him and his ex-wife are fighting or suing each other or something. But someone had ripped this pocket, so I had a quick fix put on it. And because the pocket was ripped, they only charged me $1 at the thrift store and $5 into the coat, and I sold it not for $129, but for $50. So I was happy to get $50 for it. Let me go back and I'll show you the actual $50. There we go. $50. I mean, $129 was definitely shooting for the stars. Gilbert doesn't play anymore. He was kind of famous, but not that famous. Oops, that's not him. But the fact he got back in the news helped sell that for $50. This one was, I bought a lot of things at an auction, and this was just in the bottom of it. And it was this little picture frame, like a little tourist thing from Lake Tahoe. I wasn't even going to list it. And my assistant's like, yeah, list it. And I'm like, I don't think that's going to sell. It was only listed for a little bit. It was sold for $23. So I'd already made a ton of money off of the lot. And that was just a little added extra gravy. I found this skirt in the Halloween section. As you can see, it is Alice in Wonderland at the Mad Hatter Tea Party. And sold pretty quick for $35. So I was very happy. I think I paid $2.99 in the Halloween section for it. And it was from, I don't know what Disney logo that is, but obviously it's Disney. And then if you watch our haul videos, you saw this 1992 Catwoman party supplies featuring the Catwoman played by Michelle Pfeiffer. And I bought that off the wall of baggies in Savers for like $1.99, and I sold it for $40. Woo!
Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was, so this was a score because this was an auction that I used our Group the Thrifting board to advertise, and it was an auction where all of the proceeds went to our friend Tim Taylor to help him get not only a new van, but get his new van. He did get a new van. He needs the tags and the title and all of the the expenses that come with the van too. So this helped to raise money. All of the proceeds went to him, and our member Pam Clayton was the winner of this auction for $52. So thank you, Pam, and great cause. So. And this one, I talk about the Target lines. Missoni for Target is always one that you should pick up. And this was originally a twin set, meaning there was a cardigan that, there was a shell that went under the cardigan. So this was only the cardigan. So it was, I had to list it for a little less than it would have been if it was the full set. But I still got an offer for $35. I had it up for $39.99, and I took it, and I had a happy buyer. So, and these were just a fun print. These, it wasn't the Lord and Taylor name that sold them. It was the buggy cars. Those, I couldn't call them Volkswagen because they were, it wasn't a Volkswagen branded item, but these were just those fun kind of hippie buggy cars. So that was a fun sale for $24.99. I think I paid like $2 for those pants. So, and Oi Lily, always pick up this brand if you see it. I happened to hit the Oi Lily mother load at the thrift store a while back, and they were selling new with tags Oi Lily for between $4.99 and $8.99 per garment. So this was new with tags. I paid $4.99 for it, and I sold it for $49.99. Plus, I don't know why I didn't do free shipping on this, but they paid shipping on this as well. So that was a pretty good deal.
All righty, those are our scores of the week. So now it is time for, oh, come on. There we go. Time for our duds of the week. All right, I figured out my problem real quick. I figured out my problem. Chrome isn't working for me, and I saw some people in the chat saying they couldn't see or hear us. So if someone could write in the chat, try a different browser. I switched over to Safari, and here's the weird thing. I can now see us on Safari, but the chat won't open. So I got to imagine YouTube's having some issues tonight. So I between two browsers, I can watch our whole show. So that's very weird. All right. So let's get to the duds. Oh, wait. I think this was a score. Sorry, Nay. One of your scores filtered into
I did have
duds,
one more
right?
score. I had one more score.
I did it after the fact, so sorry. Let's pretend we didn't do the duds yet. This is Nay's last score.
Okay. Yeah, I thought you were just cutting it out. I didn't want to say.
No, my bad.
Okay. So I had talked about Tory Burch and why you should always pick up that brand. If you see it, that's the emblem there. It looks like two T's upside down, right side up. And this was just a plastic PVC bag. It was see-through. It was a see-through tote with some leather trim, and it sold for $49.95 plus shipping. So that was another excellent sale this week.
All right, so here's my duds. Let me refresh it so you can see the actual price. I bought this Tory Richard Harley Davidson shirt and had it listed for a long time, and I finally got an offer of $25. So I was happy to take it, but I think I spent like, I don't know, 15 because there was a time when Tory Richard Harley shirts went for a lot more. So that was a bummer. I had this ghost face t-shirt for like 3 Halloweens, and I wasn't going to list it this time, and I'm like, well, I still had some free listings. I threw it up for $12.99 and it sold. So yay, it's gone. And when I looked this up, it looked like it was a better thing than it was, like in terms of I should have got more money. House of Psychotic Women is one of them real like Z-level horror movies that never came out on DVD, only on VHS. But if this refresh ever works, you'll see I only sold it for $8. And I think I paid $3 and I have free shipping. So yeah, $8. So that was a huge dud.
So I just talked about Missoni for Target. Missoni on its own is a wonderful designer high-end brand. So I figured a Missoni tie would sell well. Well, I've had this tie up for $39.99. I've had it on sale. I've had it, and it was a beautiful tie. It was beautiful Missoni tie, but it took it's been in my store for probably a couple years now. And so somebody offered me, he first offered me $10. I had it up for $39.99. I was like, I countered him at like 20. And then he sent me back an offer and he said, 11 is the very best I can possibly do. And I was just like, take it. Because
Take it.
yeah, so I sold a Missoni tie for $11. So yeah, that was a dud. And this was, my maternity sales have actually really slowed down. I don't know why, but I used to be able to sell maternity much better, and now the prices have come down and it's just not selling as well. So I've also had this in my store for quite a while. Actually, the day that I was leaving for Chicago, that morning, I forgot to turn off my store and it sold that morning, so I had to grab it and get it out real quick. $18.99 free shipping, not horrible, but it sat for a long time, and you know, so. And the next
last one.
Yes, and this one was another one that was a dud because it sat for so long. Now, somebody actually did end up buying it because she had that mug and broke it, so she wanted a replacement.
Is her name Nadine?
Yeah, very funny. So that does happen sometimes, where if you have something specific and you sit on it long enough, somebody will need it for a replacement. But I mean, really, you know, I did ship it. I did FOMO it, but still, it just sat too long to be a non-dud. So,
one thing I would recommend, it looks like the handle's missing because you put this white mug with a tiny bit of a black handle on a black thing. So when you first sent me this, I thought it was a dud because it was broke, but I realized when I looked at this picture that the handle was black. So yeah, on this first shot, it looks broke. So that could have been one of the issues.
Yeah, you're very right. That was a better lead-in picture.
All right, so we've done our duds. Now it is time for Close Encounters of the Thrifty kind. All right, so my close encounter is with myself. And you may ask yourself, how can that be? Well, I'm going to show you how that can be. I was out thrifting with our good friend, Robin, and we were at the Savers near my house, the biggest one in the country. And I came around the corner, and I saw this crappy little caroler that's kind of like a ripoff on Buyer's Carolers. My shop. And it made me laugh because not only did I donate this back to the store after I bought it once, I had it in my antique booth, and it still has my tag on it. They didn't even take my tag off. So, and I donated this like, I don't know, 6-8 months ago. So they're holding on to it until Christmas time, but they didn't even take my tag off. So I bumped into myself essentially when I was out thrifting.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. So mine is when we had done our thrifting class. We had come back from lunch, and we had Margaret, our friend Margaret Collier, in the car with us, Texas Gal Treasures, and we were just having a fun time. And all of a sudden, I spotted a Salvation Army. I said, "Salvation Army," and Jason kind of did a hard U-turn, and we pulled into the Salvation Army, and we had some fun and shenanigans at that Salvation Army. So I think we were the thrifty encounter for the other people there. We took that mirror picture. We were working out in there in the store. Jay and Margaret were making some funny faces and all. So we were having fun in there, but I'm sure to the other customers, we were their thrifty encounter.
Yeah, I made the girls get in the exercise equipment. I'm like, come on, it'll be a fun photo.
Yes.
That's the one thing. I'm always looking for that fun, different photo in the thrift store than you normally take. So those are our fun ones for the day.
It was fun.
Alrighty, so that was our thrifty encounter, and now it is time. Our close encounters of thrifty kite, and now it is time for. Oops, let's do that again. Our thrifty tips of the week. All right, I'm gonna go first here because I got mine all locked and loaded. Now, the one thing, if you ever take a class with us, thrift class with me and Nay, or Nay, the one thing I always tell you, and Nay will probably tell you too, is when you're in the plush section, look for the weirdest animal in the plush section. There are tons of bears, tons of rabbits, tons of dogs, tons of cats. What there isn't tons of is the South American tapir, which is closely related to the anteater. And I put this up just a few weeks ago, and I sold it for $21.59. Plus, it is going international, so they paid a good bit of money for shipping. So always be on the lookout for the non-normal animal.
Very good tip. So mine also has some pictures.
Oops, that's the wrong picture.
Yeah, that is the wrong picture. But
yeah, it's this picture.
Yeah, it's the ice skates, and then there's some.
All right, so there's the ice skates.
Okay, so I don't see the ice skates.
Yeah, I know. I noticed. I don't know why.
Oh my. Okay. So,
start talking. There they are.
Yeah, so I found these ice skates, and I don't know anything about ice skates. That's out of my realm. So I do know that our friend Robin, she had sold some ice skates for quite a bit of money. She knows about ice skates, but I don't. So anyway, these were Bauer Impact ice skates. And when I looked up first, when I saw the sold on the Bauer ice skates, which I have a screenshot of, it looks like they're selling for, do you have that, Jay?
Yep, get it. Hang on.
Okay. So the higher price screenshot, the second one I need.
Yeah, I'm getting it.
Okay.
Sucks being rusty.
Okay. So, so I don't know if you can, thank you for zooming in on those. Okay. So if you look at the higher prices there, Bauer ice skates seem to sell for $175, $76. There's some really up there prices. So I said, oh, maybe these are a score. Well, what you need to do is look at the sub name on some of your items. These are Bauer Impact skates. Now, if I had Bauer Reactor 6000 skates, those were the ones that were $175, but my Bauer Impact skates only are selling for $18.74. There's one that sold for $12.95. $24. I mean, and they had them priced at $12.99. So that would not have been a good thing had I purchased them and just looked at just did Bauer skates and not looked at the actual model. So you have to also take into consideration either the sub name or the actual model of what you have, because sometimes that can cause a huge variance, and it's not as much of a score as you might think it would be.
Yep, I'm out there. It looks good in the store, and then you get home and do a little bit more research, and you're like, oh, that's not so good.
Yeah, so these were apparently the Bauer dud skates, not the good ones.
All right, now it's time for... You Have Got to Be Shipping Me Brought to you by Bubble Fast, a family-owned business providing quality shipping supplies to the online community since 1999. And if you would like a discount on your Bubble Fast order at checkout, just plug in J-A-Y-A-N-D-N-A-Y, and it will save you 10% off your entire order. All right, so if you have not used your quarterly coupon yet for your eBay shipping supplies, I would do that right away and get some of these awesomely fun holiday shipping supplies. So my tip today is, usually I do what not to do. I'm going to have a good one for next week. But this week, eBay has done some holiday supplies, and it's non-religious, so it's good for everyone because it's just winter, really. But it gives everyone that holiday feeling no matter what your holiday is during the winter. So it's got the eBay logo and snowflakes. So they got bubble mailers. They got this great tissue paper.
Ooh, tissue paper.
It can be a brooch. It can be a pterodactyl. Anyone know what that's from? Let me know. They got poly mailers. I know you don't know, Nadine.
No, I don't know.
And they even added it to their boxes. So they got some fun boxes. Now, the post office does that too. So I recommend getting the stuff you need from eBay, getting your priority boxes, and all your stuff going out from this point through the end of the year should be in fun holiday packaging. It doesn't do anything to your bottom line, but at least a good portion of your customers will smile just getting the package. And that helps, make happy customers, especially at the holiday times. People are hectic, they're rushed, they're frazzled. If you can make somebody smile just because of the box you sent it in, that's a good thing.
Yeah, those are awesome. I will have to get on that because I haven't ordered mine for this quarter yet. So my shipping tip is, also comes with a picture.
Yep.
Do not wrap your packages in paper or bind them with twine. You don't want to do this because it can cause, there's an example of what that would look like. So they can get caught in the conveyor belts or the equipment and be ripped during handling. And in fact, as a matter of fact, UPS will actually not accept packages wrapped in paper or bound in twine. So this is something that you do not want to do because it could end in disaster.
Well, that was a quick ending.
What's that?
It could end in disaster.
It could end in disaster. Well, no, because if it gets ripped.
You were just done before I expected you to be done. I was like, oh, shoot, she's done.
No, if the paper gets ripped off and your address goes with it, then your item is not going to reach your customer.
Yeah, I got you now, but it was such an ending.
No.
All right. That was funny.
Yeah, that did sound a little morbid there, but.
All right, now it is time for our viewers' 2-minute topic of the week. This week, our question was submitted by Kara Cooper, and I see Kara's in the chat, so thank you, Kara. And I see she had a cocktail. I didn't see what she's having, so let me know what you're having tonight, Kara. Her question is, your thoughts on relisting as opposed to sell similar on an item that was listed at auction or buy it now and didn't sell. Generally, if I have a watcher, I'll relist, but if no watchers, I'll sell similar. Do you think it brings your listing back to the top as a new listing when you sell similar? All right, so let me get back here so I can get the timer up. And there's our timer. I will find our good one soon. I forgot where it is in my apps. All right, you ready, Nadine?
Yes, I'm ready.
All right, here we go.
So I don't think that, I don't know about that whole conspiracy theory thing that it actually brings your listings back to the top if you sell similar. I've started using Good Till Canceled because I don't want the hassle of having to relist. However, it is a good idea, I think, to refresh your listings every once in a while, to look at them. I think if you have any of those notifications from eBay saying that your listing has not sold for, I think is it 16 months or something like that, you need to refresh, you need to look at that listing and see why, and maybe change your keywords, maybe take some new pictures or something like that. So I think that's really more of the reason that some of those older listings aren't selling, not necessarily just because of the refreshing of the actual listing. So I am using Good Till Canceled on my newer listings now, and that seems to be working fine. But I think it's always a good thing to do to go back and refresh your listings and change some things if things aren't selling. And that's it.
Cool. All right. Let me get me up here. Get the timer reset. And start. All right, here's what I think you should do when you're asking this question, and I do believe maybe a refresh, sell similar, will bring it back to the top. I would take 5 items and try them 5 different ways. Sell similar, just end it, restart it, good to cancel, relist. Try different ways. Log out, clear your cache and your cookies. So log out, so you're not you on eBay. You're just a random person searching eBay, and search your stuff. See if it is at the top of the list. So pick out some items that maybe only 10 people have. Don't pick an item that there's 400 of. Pick out an item that 10 people have. Give it a test. Do a controlled test where you're trying the different ways, and then see where it shows up. And that'll give you your good answer. Is if you should be just letting it go good to cancel every time, or ending and sell similar, or letting it end every 30 days and just relisting. This will give you a peace of mind too, and let you sleep better at night if you do it that way. So you will know exactly how it shows up in search. Woo!
Good answer.
Thank you. All right. And then, so we got to stop sharing that. All right. And then our last topic of the night is the good, the red, and the ugly. Because we know, if you've watched us even once, we know ugly sells.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So, I got to find names.
Yeah, I was proud. I sold something very ugly. So.
All right. I think I got rid of it, Nay.
What?
Yeah, hang on. You got the, what? No, there it is. Never mind. Hang on.
Okay.
Hang on. It just was hiding. My bad.
Alrighty.
All right. So here we go. Nadine's ugliness is right here.
Yes, this is ugly. So I bought this. I actually bought it in the Halloween section. I think it might have been last Halloween, and it just never sold. I wasn't marketing it as a Halloween. It was an 80s blouse, and I just thought, ooh, it's ugly, so it should sell. But I had it listed up a lot higher, and I finally got a best offer of $20, and I was just like, fine, I want to get it out of here. But so but it still sold. Somebody still wanted it. So that is my ugliness that sold this past week.
Nice. All right. And my ugliness, if you watched the Periscope or the Facebook Live I did, you saw a quick preview of it. And I bought this off the Halloween rack a year ago. I gave it to Stacy because I thought we might use it for a costume or something. We never did. And so I'm like, I'm going to sell it. And so I'm going to give you guys first dibs. If you're a smaller man, about my wife's size, and you want to be a pimp 70s leprechaun for St. Patty's Day, this is the most badass suit you'll ever see. It is in great shape. It's a little tough to show it here. So here's the suit. There's the pants. But I did make Stacy put it on and take a picture. So
can you bring it over to the other side? Oh, okay. I was going to say bring it over to your mic side because the leaves are hiding it.
Yeah, hang on. I got a full shot of it in action.
Okay.
And Stacy's reaction to this wonderfully awesome suit. Here we go. There we go.
Wow, that really does fit her. That's funny.
Yeah, but we're just not going to use it, and our closets are bursting at the seams. So
it kind of looks cute on her, actually.
Yeah,
in a weird way.
And these pictures aren't doing the green justice. It is very green. So if you're a smaller man, you want to be a pimp-ass leprechaun from the 70s for this upcoming St. Patty's Day, or you need this for a Christmas party, throw a red shirt underneath, let me know. I got the suit for you. If not, it's getting listed. But how am I going to
a woman might buy it, too.
Yeah, Patricia wants to know how I'm going to title this. I'm going to title it Pimp-Ass 70s Leprechaun Suit. That's how I'm going to title it.
That picture of Stacy was hilarious. Thank you, Stacy.
Yeah, that's how she felt. All right, before we get in here, I got to go over a little bit of housekeeping. So we're going to get back on our regular schedule for a while, and this time of year, our regular schedule is Wednesday night shows. So even though we're having a show tonight and Sunday, we'll be back in 3 days on Wednesday and have another show. And our guest is this new kid on the block. He's just making a name for himself in the Amazon world. Ladies and gentlemen, our guest this week will be Chris Green from Scan Power and Amazon Merch. And he's actually going to be talking about merch. Merch is his new passion. Merch is where you have you design T-shirts and Amazon sells them for you. So you can actually make money with no cost involved to you. If you can design a shirt and upload the art in the correct parameters Amazon needs, there is really no money taken out of your life. And if you can design a shirt that people want to buy, you can make money. So I have a few designs up. I've made some decent money. I happen to luck out, and my partner is a graphic design artist. So if you can't do your designs, but you have wonderful ideas, maybe he can help you. But we're gonna talk. We're gonna talk Scam Power a little bit. We're definitely gonna talk Amazon merch, and I'm gonna see if Chris can make a T-shirt like this awesome vest that he found. All right, and then one more piece of news. Most of you who are watching probably know, but I did my first paid webinar this past Friday night called Why Ain't My Shit Selling? Most of you probably watched it. Some of you missed it. And we had a little bit of technical difficulty, so I actually re-recorded it on my own today. So it's a fresh, clean episode. We're going to replay it this week. It's only $7. It's an hour full of tips to make your store and your items look better. But what I also announced is my newest Facebook group. It's going to be one where we deep dive deeper into everything. Like the thrifting board ain't going away. You find a Tommy Bahama shirt you need help with, that's what the board's for. But if you want to take your business to the next level, I have a special group just for you. And here is it's called the secretbeach.club. Don't forget, it's not .com, it's .club. There is nothing on the website right this second. You can go there. We had a special offer that will be back up tomorrow. So write this down, save it. If you want to join my Secret Beach and take your business to the next level, we are going to be announcing the next enrollment, and it is going to be limited. I did say it was unlimited the other night. I was set straight that it will be limited. So when you see the announcement tomorrow, you get in when you can. We're going to be doing a lot of cool stuff. There's going to be a monthly webinar from me. There's going to be a monthly guest. There's going to be special episodes of Thrifty Business and Selling Past Your Expiration Date. There's going to be daily tips. There's going to be all kinds of cool stuff. And the first webinar for the Secret Beach Club, and this one you don't want to miss because you've heard me talk about it for years. I'm going to dive deep into Christmas music and especially Christmas CDs. So in about 3 weeks, if you're in the Secret Beach Club, we're going to talk Christmas CDs. You're going to get the ultimate BOLO list, and you're going to be able to make some money. Because I always make $2,000 to $4,000 every Christmas just on Christmas CDs. Whew.
Very cool. Very
right.
exciting. Very exciting.
Yes, there is a charge for the Secret Beach. I want to help everyone, and I'd love to help everyone. And I get so many messages a day. There's just so many hours in the day. I cannot help everyone on a one-on-one basis. So this is the way I can help you. Come to the beach, subscribe to the beach, and I'll be able to help you. All right, so bookkeeping's out of the way, and let's get our guest in here.
Are you doing another show with your mom anytime soon? Did you want to talk about that?
Mom and I are going to be back this week, and our subject thank you, Nadine. You're so awesome. So me and my mom do a show. If you don't know, if you're new, tune in tonight, called Selling Past Your Expiration Date, being thrifty over 50. My mom is 73 and killing it on eBay, so we do one topic a week. And the topic this week is how to get free shipping supplies. That's a good topic.
That's a good topic.
Obviously, you can order your allotment from eBay, but then beyond that, what do you do? So we're going to talk about that in depth and places you can find free shipping supplies. All right, cool. Now it is time for, not that. That's what I needed.
Yes.
Our guest of the week, Nia Caraballo. Let's get her in here. Yay! And I think Nia is about to join us. Hello, Nia. How are you?
How are you guys?
We are good. All right.
Hey, Nia.
All right. Of course, we had no echo when we practiced with Nia earlier, and now there's a crazy echo. Do you hear it, Nadine?
I do hear it.
Hey, Nia, do you happen to have headphones with a mic in them?
Yes.
Could you plug those in, please? I will never understand the technology that everything works fine. All I do is put her to sleep for a little bit, and then there's crazy echo. I just don't get it.
Yeah, we had no echo before.
Yeah, we chatted. We had laughs. We had a good time.
Yes, with no echo.
No, unbelievable. Well, I'm glad Nia is ready with a pair of headphones because that'll fix all our problems.
Is this better?
Oh my gosh, much better.
Yes, much better.
All right, so we met Nia in Chicago. She was at the Ecom Chicago event and took our thrifting class at Savers. And so we kind of wanted, we talked about the event, and we kind of wanted to recap the event, talk about the class, but also if you're selling online, whether it's eBay, Amazon, you're doing merch, you're doing wholesale, whatever it is, there are events all year around the country of various sizes, from gigantic to small, and you should attend one. If you've never attended an event, you definitely should. And one of the reasons you attend the event, you'll learn stuff, but more so you network. And there's a lot of things happening in the hallway, in the lobby, and and you have fun. I rented a party bus, took a whole bunch of people to a tiki bar. We had a lot of fun. So get to an event. If you're anywhere near Chicago next year, it is one of my favorite events of the year. I've done it twice now. Can't wait to do it again.
Oh, I gotta go this year again. It was so much fun.
But we wanted to talk to Nia about what she thought about the class, the event, what she got from it. And she's got some sweet scores and duds. And one of her scores, I'm like, oh, I cannot wait to hear where she found this. So, but we'll get to those in a minute. So let's talk to Nia and give us a little bio of yourself first. Like, how long have you been selling? What do you do? What's your norm?
Okay, so I've been selling around a year. So I started around this time last year, and this is, Q4. I didn't know anything about it, so I thought that I was really good at it. So that's how I kind of stayed in the loop. I didn't know that it was Q4. So I work full time. I have 3 kids. I have a husband. I have all this stuff going on, so it's kind of a hard thing to do. But, as I was growing, I started getting into Facebook groups, learning. I found you guys later on, actually, only, I want to say maybe about 6 months into a year. So it would have been better if I found you guys earlier. So got to better advertise that.
We're getting called to the carpet, Nadine.
Well,
I never had a guest yell at me in the first 30 seconds. I love you. You're awesome.
We'll take the constructive criticism. Yeah. Thank you.
Absolutely.
I don't know, but it took a while to find you guys, but I'm here now. And so it's been a great resource for me. So that's it. I'm just someone who works full time, and I'm getting into this. I would like to transition completely. I love it. I think that this is really more of me, something that I like to do than, I like working for myself versus going to work, I guess.
So this is something that is your ultimate goal, to transition to do this full time and
absolutely
leave the other job behind.
Yes.
Okay.
And how long have you been on eBay, Nia?
I've been on eBay probably for 9 months, to be honest with you, which is weird. I actually, when I started selling online, I actually started on Poshmark. And I was like, oh, this is not that great. But then I got on eBay, and it was completely different. And I've been doing that ever since. I've tried to do a little bit of Amazon. I've sold one thing on there. Amazon is a little bit more complicated, and it's hard to try to do all that with, just my daily activities. So hopefully I can jump into it.
So what, have you had success on Poshmark?
Not like eBay.
Okay.
Not like.
But you have sold things, right?
I have sold things on Poshmark. Okay. But it's not the same. So I've actually completely left that behind. So I don't sell on Poshmark at all anymore. But
okay.
But I'm full-time eBay.
Yeah, and I think that's very impressive, because I know I've seen some of your scores and whatnot, and I was talking to in depth at lunch after our class, and I think it's really impressive because you are doing so well, because you're taking in all the knowledge from the right places. You're really learning. You're doing you're really delving into this well, and for not doing it for doing this for less than a year, I think that's just amazing. So
thank you.
So was the Ecom Chicago event, was that your first event?
It was my first time going, yes.
Okay, so what did you think about it?
I don't know where to start. It was absolutely amazing. It was totally a game changer for me. So just with me watching these YouTube videos, I learned about the local group in Chicago just by watching, I think it was Gladys. She was doing a show and she mentioned it. I wound up going there. I met some great people, and, Mark and, Rich, they host the group out there, and going there, that's how I learned about ecom. So I was like, let me go ahead and jump on that. I joined the group, the Facebook group for ecom, and then I saw that you guys had posted that you were doing a thrifting trip, and I saw it was only 10 people. So I was like, crap, well, let me buy that first before I buy my ticket. So so I made sure that I got into that and secured my place in there. And then, I bought my ticket. So I don't know which one you want to talk about first, because they were both just a great experience for me. And I don't want to ramble, so I'm going to let you.
No. I mean, it's kind of talking about the class is kind of tooting our own horn, but it's the overall thing where if you can go to an event, a lot of events will have leaders like Nay and me, or even Chris Green. They'll have a special event within that event. So you can take a thrifting class, or you can take a private labeling class or a merch class. And I hear people say this all the time, Nia, that they're like, well, why don't you come to my town? Well, how far do you live from Chicago? 5 hours. Drive. I mean, you're investing in your own business. And if you want to make that leap from working for somebody, which I was so happy when I did, to working for yourself, sometimes you have to invest money in yourself and your business. And also, they're like, people are like, well, I don't know if I can afford it. And look, our class wasn't that expensive, and neither was Ecom Chicago. And if you got to stay at the hotel, that's going to be at a little expense, but you invest in your business, and it takes it to the next level. And I remember when I was a young seller, and I went to events, and the events today are way more activated, where we're all talking to each other. And you'll be all shocked to know this, but I was very quiet, and I'm not shy, but I didn't talk to anybody. I used to go to events. I would just sit there and listen and learn, but I missed the whole part of interacting. But I made sure I got to events, and I am at where I'm at today because I went to events 10 years ago, and 9 years ago, and 8 years ago. The only reason I ended up having a TV show is because I became a great seller and a great thrifter based on the things I learned.
Right.
So what were some of your big takeaways from Ecom Chicago, the event itself?
I think the main thing is, like you said, it can get costly, if you're taking a hotel or if you have to travel, but this is over with. Next year, put it in your budget. You won't regret it. You just start planning for it now. Look to see the prices and just put the money away. And just like Jason said, there's going to be all this talent coming in the day before, and they're going to be hosting classes that you can, get up close and personal with them and learn. So save up for that and just have the money, to do it. I think takeaways, well, I'll just tell you, just like you said, a young seller, I know a couple people. I don't know a whole bunch of people in the room, but just being there, you're amongst so many people on different levels. My first day, I sat next to someone who was starting his own website in 2017, and then you have me. I was able to do the thrifting class with you guys. I was able to meet and, network with you guys. I'm on the show, how, so look at that. I actually entered Chris Green spoke, and he did, he gave away like 5 accesses to get into the merch, the Amazon merch thing. And he did a contest at the end. I won that too.
Woohoo! All right.
So hopefully I'm going to get access into doing merch as well. And then even like John Lawson, I think he had an opportunity for people for doing a mentoring program. And I entered into that. I don't think I'm going to get into that because I don't think that I'm what he's looking for. And I say that just because I think he's looking for more experienced sellers for what he's offering. And the reason why I bring that up is because there is something for everybody on every level there. It's not just for new sellers. It's not just for experienced. You're getting all these different speakers. They're giving you information and their expertise. And you're going to learn about it regardless if you're interested in it or not. You know, if someone's coming in there and they're talking about wholesale distribution, it's not something that you want to do. You're sitting there listening to them. It can educate you on making sure that's not what you want to do or what it is that you want to do. So it's just a lot of information. It was great. I took notes on every single person that was there. You know, it was, like you said, it's about networking. It's about, you know, gaining knowledge. I work full time. When you're in a corporate atmosphere, you can only go so high. You know, there's a glass ceiling. You can only do so much at a job. When you are working for yourself, there's no limit. You can go as high as you want, as wide as you want, as deep as you want. And so the first step with that is, you know, networking and getting that knowledge. And this is the place to do it.
That's a great answer. And yeah, the networking is fantastic. That you just don't get that anywhere else.
Right.
So I want to know, you have over 700 listings, correct?
Yes.
So how do you get up hundreds of listings while still working full time?
I don't really have an answer for you. You just,
I'm not giving you an answer. Go away.
you just honestly, you just have to try your best. I do have a schedule I like to go by. It doesn't mean that it's happened. I actually have not listed even since before Ecom, because I've just had, like, my washer and dryer broke. I mean, I've just had a lot of life issues that have taken away. But I try to, at least on Sundays, spend all day taking pictures. And then during the week, either during lunch, I carpool with my husband. So if I'm riding on the passenger side, I'm trying to list during these times or later that evening. So at least it makes it seem to eBay that I'm actually active every single day, and then go from there. So it's just a steady build up. You know, it's taken a long time to even get, oh, my lights went out, to get that high. So I wanted to hit 1,000 by Christmas time, but I don't think that's going to happen.
And it's good to have goals. Even if you don't make your goals, it's still good to have them.
Yeah.
And I want to address something in the chat real quick. Seamus asked, do you feel that networking helps your eBay business? Meaning, does it add to your bottom line, sales, etc.? Yeah, the networking we do at events may not necessarily lead to, did I sell 3 more things this week? But what it does lead to is things like this. May and I networked at an event and hung out, and then we started doing a show together, and then we do class together. We become great friends. And I would not trade that for the world, but had I not been at that event where I networked with her, or she actually networked with me, you know, we wouldn't have our show. I'd become great friends.
We wouldn't be friends, yeah.
Exactly. Chris and I have done business together. We've raised thousands of dollars together. We've had a lot of fun together. And again, that's from networking at an event. So just because I network with Chris doesn't mean I'm going to sell 3 more CDs this week. But what it does mean is my is gotten bigger. Things I know, connections I have. And, you know, when I did my webinar this past Friday, one of the people that helped promote it was the eBay for Business Facebook page. And they don't just do that for anybody, but they did that for me because I have done a lot of networking for and with eBay. They've sent me to DC twice. And so, you know, I got extra promotion because when they asked me, hey, Jay, can you fly to this part of the country and do this for us? I always say yes, because I love what I do and I want to help others. But all those times of me saying yes and not getting paid for it came back by them helping me out. So that's why you network.
Absolutely.
Sorry, I got on a soapbox. I'll get back off and we'll talk to Nia again. Sorry about that.
Well, the other thing is, through networking, you also learn so much about, you know, how to run your business, how to fine tune it and run it, you know, in a better way, so that you can, and that does lead directly to better sales. And yeah, that's.
I mean, in order for you to learn anything, you have to be taught something. You have to learn it from somewhere. So it's part of networking to get out there, to talk to people, to hear other things. That's how you learn. I mean, even if you don't network, quote unquote, and you're not going to these conferences, you're watching this on YouTube. It's a part of learning. It's just an extra extension that you wouldn't get. I mean, if I didn't go to this conference, I wouldn't have met you guys. I wouldn't have learned what I did in the class. Like I said, the whole winning the Chris Green thing, that wouldn't happen. A lot happened for me, for someone who just went, for their first time, and, sitting there. And beyond that, just listening to the speakers, I just learned a lot. Even like Kathy Terrell's thing about Facebook, it didn't affect me to the point where I was like, oh, I need to get on Facebook. But her speech really made me sit back and think about where I am right now and how I want to move forward. And her speech made me actually go backwards and say, what do I need to do? Because I sell a lot of one-offs, and to do Facebook the way that she was speaking of, it's not something that I can do because I would be posting constantly. So I was thinking, well, it's a good, what she's saying makes a lot of sense. What can I do to utilize it? So just sitting there listening to her speech, that helped me grow and think more about, what I want to do going into the next year. In addition to meeting everyone and learning and winning stuff and all, you're going to get something out, getting something out of it with, sitting there listening to how many speakers were there? There was a lot.
Oh yeah. And the other thing too is, I'm a speaker. I speak on stages. I speak in front of classes. I do things online. But I like to watch my friends speak, and I have a core that I think are even better. I think I'm good. I think they're better than me. So I can watch them give the same speech like 4 times throughout the year at different events. But I'm not watching the speech to learn from the speech. I'm watching their delivery. I'm watching how they engage with the audience. So I'm learning that too. And not all of us are going to want to stand on a stage and speak. Nadine didn't even want to do this dang show, and now I have her on a stage speaking. So, when you go to these events, you learn more beyond even just how to sell something. You learn just like these life lessons, how to be a better speaker. And like you said, you didn't necessarily need Kathy's material, so to speak, but you got something from it. So it's such a great event to go to. And I know eBay's doing the eBay Open again next year, and it's like 95% going to be in Vegas. No dates yet, but as Nia said, start saving your money now. Work it into your budget. They'll help you grow your business. Plus, if you go to any event where I'm at, we always have fun, right, Nia?
Absolutely.
Yep.
All right. Well, everyone's talking about your. They've been looking at your stores, so let's do some of your stores. Everyone's talking about it, and I got to ask about this first thing because I can't wait to hear where you got this. So let me get these up here, and this is pretty badass. There we go. There it is.
What is it?
All right. This Firefly Mini Master figurine, $325. What is this?
Okay, so my husband, he looks like a thug, but he's like a straight up sci-fi nerd.
Oh, that is the quote of the night. My husband looks like a thug, but he's a sci-fi nerd. I love it.
He's so different than his exterior. So he loves this show Firefly, and Loot Crate. And let me back up. A lot of people, I know people say like those Loot Crate Geek Squads or whatever it's called, like those monthly delivery things that you get in the mail. A lot of people say that they suck, they're not good to try to use to resell. And that may be true for the most part, but when it has a following and it's a specialty, that's not true. And this is a case for it. So my husband likes to show Firefly. I don't even know if it's still on the air or not, whatever. So he wanted the Loot Crate because he actually wanted this hat. That is, I spent like $39 can you see it, to get him this hat.
Oh my God, I love your husband. I want to meet him next time.
It has some kind of significance. I don't know what it is. So when I looked in the Loot Crate, he was like, oh, I don't want her. And I was like, okay. So I just put it to the side because anytime someone doesn't want anything in my family, they just bring it in the basement and put it in the corner for me. So I went and I looked it up, and this was amazing what it was going for. And I think when I looked it up, I think the last one had sold for like $250. And I said, well, I'm just going to try it, for a little bit more. And it was amazing. It sold. It's really literally a piece of plastic.
So for those of you who don't know what Loot Crate is, and Nia touched on it a little bit, there are so many cool subscription services where you get a thing a month, and like the Loot Crate sends you a box of like this sci-fi goodies. I belong to the Dive Bar T-shirt Club of the month, so every month I get a new Dive Bar T-shirt. There's Tiki Mug box of the month. There's Doggy Treats of the month. So there's all these, it's all the rage right now. But yeah, if you find the one thing where you don't want it and you can flip it, so you paid $39.99 and you made $300. Woo!
Absolutely. You have to look out for like the sci-fi stuff. I think that's a huge following.
Excellent. And your keywords and your photo were excellent as well. So
you're right. It's a little piece of plastic. See that?
Mm-hmm. Wow, that's crazy.
All right. So then you got these pants, these Paul Stewart pants.
Yes. I got this at a church rummage sale where everything was just thrown in a pile. And, a lot of times when people are shopping, they're just grabbing at the top. So I like to actually, can you hear me? Okay. So I usually like to just stick my hands at the bottom and just pull forward and start just like pulling things out. And so I usually really start when I'm pulling things out, I'm feeling for things. This sounds weird, but it works. So when I went to the bottom and I pulled, I felt these pants and I was like, these feel really good. And I actually had a big box and it was like toward the end, and that, they want to get rid of everything. So they're like, oh, pants are $2. So I had a box and I'm just throwing them, throwing stuff in the box. And then when I came home to research them, I don't even know who this guy is, but I looked online and some of these pants actually sell for new, like $425. So I put them up. Yeah, I think for $165, I got an offer for $125. Who can fight that for $2?
No,
yeah, that's great.
Awesome. And you, let me tell you, you are ballsy. You just reach down and grab whatever you can feel. I love it.
That's what I like to do too. It's like
everything at the top is usually already picked through. Like people have already looked, and there's a lot more resellers out there than you think when you're standing next to somebody. And so a lot of times, people aren't going down. So that's where I go.
Hey, Nia, how long did these take to sell? The chat wants to know. Approximately.
Maybe like a month and a half.
No, that's not bad at all. Heck yeah.
For $2, and you had a good size, and they're wool, so
yeah, they were
two
wool.
Things were also going for you, yeah.
And I was at that point. I was just like touching things. Like this felt good. I didn't know who that person was. I tried to look at the tag, but I was like, these feel really good. They really felt like. So I was like, let me just grab them anyway. So
that is a great tip right there, that you could actually feel the quality. Yes,
right.
Yes.
Right. So that helps.
This music notation software.
It's music notation software. So anything, I think a lot, I think you guys were talking, I don't know if it was when we if it was on your show or if it was when we met in person, just about like music books are a really good hot item. But also like old software, music software sells well too. That actually was not open, so the disc was sealed. So I just grabbed that. I love church rummage sales. I was there for that too. That was more of a fill-a-bag. So
they're fun.
I break down like into pennies. But any type of old musical software, it does sell well. So I sold that, I think, for $100.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah, very good.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And then,
okay, so I just wanted to throw this in here because I don't know. I think there's controversy about this, but I do really well with selling like empty boxes. So my husband got the Samsung phone that he no longer has. And he got the watch to go with it. And I was like, well, let me try it. So I just threw that box out and you can see there's literally nothing in there. It's not even instructions. And that sold for $25. It cost me nothing.
And this is that rare time, Nia, that I love that you used all caps, because if you miss the fact that this is box only, no watch included, then you are really not paying attention.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let me tell you, it's funny that you said that, Jason, because I actually, I have a fish tank listed for local pickup, and I have it bolded, local pickup only, and I just had to refund someone yesterday because it's the fourth time I've sold that tank. And they're like, when are you shipping it? I'm like, what are you talking about? So the only thing I can do is caps, but sometimes people don't read. But
yeah, we all, hey, man, I know that happens all the time. People do not read. But look, you're giving yourself a fighting chance.
Yeah.
I like the use of caps in one of the rare instances. I like the use of caps here.
Yeah. Do not think that there's a lot.
And you gave me more duds than I needed, but I
okay.
can't wait to get to the last one because I like something about the dud. So
okay.
Let's start with this one: the Revlon Beauty paraffin wax bath.
This was probably one of my first things I ever thrifted. I got it at Goodwill. I just thought it was great because it was new and no one will buy it. What else to say?
All right. So if you want a paraffin wax Revlon thing, there you go. Nia's selling hers.
That's right. You can have it. So I don't know, but it's never been used. It is old though. I mean, I don't know if the contents in it, is it gross, but it doesn't look gross. But no one wants it. It's brand new. But I cannot get rid of that thing to save my life.
And it has a free age-defying lotion. Is that still in there?
Yeah, who wouldn't want that?
Come on now.
Come on.
So,
Yeah.
I need a lot of that with this face right here.
Anybody wants a facial paraffin wax bath?
let me know.
All right, tell me about this little float aid.
I got this. I actually got a whole bunch of these at a garage sale for like $1. I listed them. I think I've sold 2 of them. They just did not sell well. And actually, now that I sit back and think about it, I don't know. They don't look that great anyway. And I was more concerned too because, in my title, I wrote float aid. In my description, I wrote, this is not a flotation device. I started to get more leery, like, I don't know. To me, it treads more on like a liability thing with, or maybe it doesn't, but I just didn't feel comfortable toward the end, like selling stuff like this because I didn't want people to think it was like a life aid, but no one really bought it anyway. So, I mean, it's fine.
And that's good, to think and worry about yourself. That's not a bad thing. I wouldn't over worry about things, but it's great that you're having that thought and you're like, yeah, I would hate for something to happen where somebody thought it was this and it really isn't. So yeah, good on you. Who is Disney Sophia? I've never even heard of Sophia.
Sophia the First.
I don't know Sophia the First. I guess because I don't have a little kid. I guess I don't know.
Yes, so I got this at Walgreens. It's like a lunchbox / puzzle, and again, no one will buy it. So I don't know. It's cute, but didn't go anywhere.
All right, well, if you want it as free shipping, if you need if your kid knows who Sophia the First is, and they like the puzzles. Nia's got 2. Hey, Nia, Patricia, one of our good viewers, said, put the words manicurist supplies in your paraffin wax thing.
Oh, that's a great idea.
In the title.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's a great tip.
Apparently my nieces love Sophia, and I didn't know that. So do they both love it? Should I buy both of these? I don't know. Let me know, Mom. All right, and then your last dud. Here's why I like this. I love
this dress. I didn't mean to cut you off, Jason.
It's fine, but I love your mannequin, and it makes me hate my mannequin. I want to go buy a mannequin with a hand on the hip.
She's kind of got some attitude there. She's like,
no kidding. I love this mannequin. The dress is fine, but the mannequin rocks.
Actually, I don't even have her anymore. I actually upgraded to a better. Yeah, she has a head, and she has more of a shape. I got her from Sports Authority when they were going out of business, so she's like old now.
Wow.
Bye-bye.
I would have taken her off your hands.
She might be in the garage still. But I love this dress. So you love the mannequin. It wasn't the dress that you liked.
No, I think the dress is fine, but it made me realize my female mannequin is lacking compared to yours. So it makes me want to go hunt down a new female mannequin now.
Got to get a sassy one.
Oh, totally. I'm like, mine's boring. Yours is sassy. I so need something like that.
Yeah, she's got attitude. Yeah, and I just have the plastic, you know, the hanging form because that's all I have space for.
Gotcha.
Well, Nia, I gotta say, it was such a pleasure to meet you and become your friend. And thank you for many things, for taking our class, for being on the show. And I think oh, wait a minute, I want to do one thing. Hang on. Oh crap, I turned everything off. Hey, van for 2 seconds, Nadine.
Okay, so it was great having you on, Nia. You are I think you're an inspiration to newer sellers too, because you just have taken the bull by the horns and said, I can do this, and you're doing great. And I think, and I think that it's great that you're doing those things to grow your business too. So, we have our I know what we're gonna do now. So.
It's our bonus tip of the week, brought to you by our guest, Nia. Hey, Nia, can you do us a favor and angle your camera a little bit to the side? Because we want to see your shipping supplies.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, look at those shipping supplies. Oh, my God. That makes me just giddy with excitement. Look at all the tape and the boxes.
Oh, my goodness.
Wrap. Oh, my God. The cleaning supplies make sure everything's pretty.
It's so well organized. Oh, my goodness.
That's insane how organized that is.
I try.
Yeah, so when Nia and I first chatted, I didn't see that angle. Then when she got back tonight, I saw that angle. I'm like, oh, you must show that. That is so clean and organized. I'm impressed.
Jay messaged me, just like one message. Nia has a lot of shipping supplies. I was like, okay.
I'm getting ready.
I didn't realize that. Yeah, I didn't realize why he was so excited about it.
Yeah, that's a lot.
But hey, you're ready for Q4 and Christmas, aren't you?
That's right, I am. I've got some of that stuff you advertise with the boxes with the snowflakes over there.
Nice.
Somewhere. So.
Oh, Lorna said it's beautiful.
Tell her thank you.
Oh yeah.
Done it. I did.
Yeah. Wow, nice. It's beautiful. Very organized.
Yeah.
Nice. Love it.
Yeah, it looks great.
All right, so hey, we're back. That was our show. Thank you very much, everyone who tuned in live. We had a nice big live audience tonight. We are back, and don't forget, we're back Wednesday, so just a few days from now.
Yeah, we're doing another show.
Yeah, we're going to talk merch shirts, and even if you've heard it, come back and hear it again. If you don't know what we're talking about, don't just tune out because we're not talking thrifting. It is an avenue to make money. If you've got a creative idea and you're not an artist, cool, you can still make shirts. If you're an artist and don't have a creative idea, again, you can meet somebody and pair up, and I have the ideas, Nadine has the art. So when you have that partner, it works out very well. So tune in Wednesday night, same normal times, 6 p.m. on the West Coast, 9 p.m. on the East Coast, 8 p.m. in the Chicago area and throughout the middle of the country. And thank everyone who watched my webinar on Friday. And stay tuned for announcements tomorrow about the replay of the cleaned up webinar and membership to the Secret Beach. So that's coming up tomorrow. And Mom and I show will be this weekend. And I got a thrift haul all prepped and ready with some cool stuff. So you will see me a lot this week. So if you have spare time, you will see me like maybe every other day. So we were off for 2 weeks. We're followed up with content. So we have a lot of stuff to give you this week. So make sure.
You and I are going to do a thrift haul this week too?
Well, yeah, we'll figure it out.
Okay, we'll figure it out.
Remember that one I prepped like a week and a half ago?
Yeah.
I still want to do it.
Yeah. I have a few things to show too. So.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
So stay tuned to the thrifting board for all the announcements, or Thrifty Business with J&A, or just my personal Facebook wall. We'll get you all squared away. And thank you, everyone, and have a wonderful evening.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Nia. Thank you, everybody.
You rock, Nia. Thank you.